What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. You guys ready to talk about some crappie fishing? I am. I'm ready to talk crappie fishing. I am ready to talk crappie fishing, guys and gals. I'm bad about not mentioning the guys and gals, because we have both on the live every week. How is everybody? I gotta get to where I'm halfway looking decent. I'm looking a hot mess tonight. Look at me. Good Lord. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. Guys, don't forget, when you get on tonight, drop me a hello. Let me know where you're from. Obviously, we have another boat in the shop tonight that we're working on. This is not my boat behind me. This is a customer boat. We are putting a new trolling motor, new live scope, a 93 SV on the console. We're doing a little bit of everything in this one. So this one's gonna last a while. I'll be up till probably midnight working on that one tonight. So for the sake of the live show, trying to get through and get through this boat this evening so that I can get it out of here and get another one in here on Friday. We will probably try to keep it to that hour tonight if we can at all possible. Okay. I had my Bluetooth in my ear. Can you guys hear me? Everybody hear me good? I'm on my phone tonight. I had my AirPod in my ear. I don't know if it was picking up my AirPod or if it was picking up on my mic on the phone. So hopefully you guys could hear me through all that. Josh Sanders. Josh Sanders said, "Hello, Jimmy. Ready to get beat on Loudon this Saturday?" ? Yeah, East Tennessee Crappie Club has their first tournament of the year this Saturday out of Prater Flats, Ish Creek, Gallagher Creek Ramp. I guess Gallagher Creek Ramp, right? The public ramp in Gallagher Creek. Some call it Prater Flats. But anyway, East Tennessee Crappie Club is having their first tournament of the year out of there. So I'm looking forward to fishing. Looking forward to getting tournament season with them started up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody's face again. So let's see. Who all do we have on tonight? Mr. Jimmy Pratt, David Smith. What's up? What's up? Hello, Josh. Hello, Tony Watson from Knoxville. Tom A. from Pennsylvania. Crappie Kev. What's going on? Terry Gear. Hey, Matt, use the discount codes on Stowaway and Fishing Specialties. Thanks a lot. And from Middle Tennessee. Well, I'm glad you got to save yourself some money, Terry. That's what they're for, buddy. So you are very welcome. You're very welcome. It's all about saving you guys a little bit of money, and I'm glad that you were able to do that. So, guys, don't forget, like Mr. Terry did, right down here in the bottom of the screen below Mr. Terry's comment, right down here. You got your discount codes. You got Stowaway Mounts, 10% off with the discount code WIRED. You got 15% off Bonehead Tackle with the discount Crappie 2022. You got Fishing Specialties, 10% off WIRED. And Crappie Cove. Don't forget Crappie Cove here in Maryville, Tennessee. They have a website, crappiecove.com. You can save 10% on all your tackle and all your goods there as well. So make sure you take advantage of those discounts, guys. They're there for you all. They're there for y'all to take advantage of and save yourself some money, okay? Joseph Thaxton from Macon, Georgia. What's going on? Paul Gwynn from Chattanooga. Hello, hello. Todd Pell from Beaver Creek, Ohio. Hello, hello. Jonathan Qualls from Sparta. What's up, Jonathan? Hey, it's a nice bass right there, Jonathan. Mike Morrison, hello from Clarks Hill, South Carolina. That's a nice crappie right there from Clarks Hill, I'm assuming. Mr. Larry Merrick, thank you, buddy, thank you, Larry. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, my birthday was Monday, so happy belated birthday to me. And Mr. Larry Merrick, thank you for the birthday present there in the super chat. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to say I'm 20. Okay, I'm staying 20. So turns 20 on Monday. But no, in all reality, I'm a little older than that. But thank you, buddy. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you for the birthday gift. And I appreciate it very much, Mr. Larry. Let's see, where were we at? Ronnie Harris, good evening from Carrollton, Georgia. What's going on? Joseph Thaxton, thanks for the discount, Coach. Just got the Stowaway. What's going on? Glad you got the discount there, Joseph. Ashley Coffee, good evening, my friend, and the Wired fam. Loving this weather. Yes, thank the Lord, is starting to cool off. I'm excited about it because this cooling trend is going to get the crappie biting. They're going to get that fall feed. They're going to be feeding up. They're going to get their feed bag on. So I'm really getting excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of good things coming up in crappie world. When it cools off, the fishes start biting, and I like it. I like it a lot. Joel Nash in the house. What's going on, Joel? East TN Leo. Hello from Rogersville, Tennessee. What's going on? Danny Rock from LaGrange, Georgia. Mark from Pine Mill, Texas. Good luck this weekend, Matt. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate it. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to run that new Merc Pro XS 4-stroke like she's been whipped, beat. I'm going to ride her hard, put her up wet, and we're going to see if we can't go catch a good bag of fish and see if we can't win a tournament. So, I think most of all, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. Looking forward to seeing all the familiar faces and just get to see how everybody's doing and just get another year kicked off, and the chips will fall where they may. Last year we tied for first place at Loudon and got beat by Big Fish. So, because it went down to Big Fish. How often do you literally tie exact same weight? But yeah, we did. So, finished second last year on Loudon, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. There is room for improvement because, we finished second. So there's room for improvement from last year. So we'll see what we can do. Hopefully it'll be a good day. There's a lot of good anglers and there's a lot of tough people that you gotta be better than on that day. So, we'll see how it shakes out. David, thanks for the info on Crappie Cove. Got some stump bugs coming. Awesome. Curtis Hobbs. Hey, Matt, been watching Yellowstone with wife on TV. Got past tonight. She's in Gatlinburg. Good to feel the cooler weather this morning. Man, it really was. I mean, I've had to wear a hoodie the last couple mornings up here, so it's been really, really nice. You step outside, it smells like fall, and the leaves are starting to change, and it's like, man, I could get into this. This is it. This is the life right here. And then about 2 months from now, it gets really cold, and you're like, all right, I'm done. I'm ready for it to warm back up. But no, it's been very, very nice over the last little bit. That's for sure. Evening, Matt, the Wired fam. What's going on, John McMillan? Evening. Hello, Matt. Got my t-shirt and hat this week. Thanks for the extras. You're very welcome, buddy. I'm glad you got everything. Glad you got your hat and your shirt, and I hope you like the extras too. Nat flying around. I got him. Don't worry. I got him. Guys, right there. Live action. All right. Jason from Sparta, Tennessee. What's going on, Jason? Tony Watson, when is weigh-in Saturday? Weigh-in will begin at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. So 3:30 is cease fishing. Typically, everybody gets, the majority gets back by 4, kind of get everything set up, get the weigh-in started by about 4, and then 4:30, everybody has to be in line to weigh in. So that 4 to 4:30 range is generally, that 4 o'clock range is generally when it starts. But cease fishing, if you definitely don't want to miss any weigh-ins, be there at 3:30. Okay. Hoodie season's crappie season. That's right. Hoodie season's crappie season. That's exactly right. Tony Watson lines out at 3:30. Yeah. So be there at 3:30 if you don't want to miss anything for sure. Water temperatures this past week. So I was on Teleco this last weekend. Water temperatures. Well, I guess I went to Loudon too. So, but Tellico, Loudon, that area. Water temperatures had been in the mid to upper 80s. They have cooled off down to the mid to upper 70s. Uh, it was 70. What was it on Loudon when I was on Loudon? I don't even remember. 76, 77, I think, something like that, 78. So waters are getting right. Okay. They're starting to get right. About another 5, 6 degrees. It's really going to get good, which these cool mornings like we've had this week should get it down there. It really should. This weekend should be a very good tournament. There should be a lot of fish caught. Should be a lot of fish moving this weekend because these cooler water temps are going to put fish moving around. So hopefully they should be moving. And like I said, should be a good tournament. Should be a lot of fish moving around. Should be a lot of fish hungry, which should make it for a good event, right? Anytime you go to an event, you catch a lot of fish, it should be good. So, great techniques this time of year. You've got always like I talked about slip floating this time of year. You can catch a lot of fish slip floating this time of year. Obviously, pitching, casting. One thing that I did see this past weekend that struck me as odd is, you don't ever structure can be anything. Structure, without going into a whole lot of detail because there's a tournament this weekend. Structure. Some of the things that you wouldn't think would be structure or cover typically are. So don't I guess exclude anything, right, guys? Because you got to think outside that box, and you got to. I feel like I'm talking in encryption, but you kind of got to think outside that box because anything in the lake could be considered cover or structure for the fish. So if it's in the lake, check it. Oh yeah, Mr. Curtis, I got the light wire hooks shirt on tonight. Look at there. Light wire hooks. That's Mr. Curtis Hobbs right there, guys. How did I get that straightened out? There we go. Yeah, Mr. Light Wire Hooks, fish with the finest. There's Mr. Curtis Hobbs' number in case anybody wants to give him a call. So, if you're looking for a good hook or you're looking for somebody to build you some hooks, give Curtis Hobbs a call. He'll help you. He will hook you up. How does someone join the East Tennessee Crappie Club? It's very easy to join East Tennessee Crappie Club, guys. So if you want to join the club, all you have to do is show up. All you have to do is show up. It's a $40 membership fee. You can pay that membership fee anywhere, anytime we're having an event. You can pay it. We have a PayPal set up. We have Venmo. You can pay it however you need to pay it. Contact East Tennessee Crappie Club on Facebook, East TN Crappie Club. Shoot them a message, okay? And we will get back with you on how you can pay or how you'd like to pay. And then just show up, okay? So, the step one, show up. And then everything's downhill from there, okay? So if you have a tournament or a lake that you like to fish and you want to fish that tournament, you can rather pay $40 before the event, pay that $40 membership fee at the event, and then pay your $40 boat fee for that tournament, however you want to do it. Okay, so it's very simple. East TN Crappie Club on Facebook, not the members only, just East TN Crappie Club. There is an East TN Crappie Club members only page that is only for members so that members can talk and discuss, where they're fishing, not where they're fishing, but, their fishing trips or if they're trying to get something fixed on the boat, or it's just a place for all the members to talk to one another. If the members want to go fishing together, they can get on there and talk to each other or whatnot. And it's another place for us to share information. So if you're not a member, go to the regular East TN Crappie Club page and shoot us a message. Josh Sanders put a link in the comments there for you. Jeremy Buzzard, what's going on from Northwest Ohio? What's going on? Jimmy Pratt, the Vol Navy, will be on Loudon Saturday, and a lot of wake boats. Bring your saddle. Yeah, there will be. It's a Florida game Saturday, so and I think it's a 3:30 game or 3 o'clock game or something like that. So yeah, I mean it's gonna be busy. There are going to be a lot of big boats going up and down Fort Loudon Lake. So, well, not down, but up. And yeah, bring your saddle for sure. That'd be all right. Man's mini frogs are really wearing the crappie out in Lake Fork this week. Try one out on pre-fish day. Okay, I'll give those a shot. I'll check them out anyway. Thank you, Mark. Jeremy from Southeast Ohio, what's going on? Josh would love for you guys to come join us. Florida is next week. Oh, Florida next week. It's a 7 p.m. game. Small team this week. Oh, okay. I thought Florida. Why did I think Florida was this week? I think my wife texted me and told me I was going to miss a Florida game this week. That's where I got Florida. Anyway, okay, Florida's next week, so we're good this week. So it looks like the Vols my small team this week. You never know, and they get beat, but hey, hopefully not. Hopefully we'll be 3-0 for Florida. We'll see. All right, so one thing that I do want to talk about, it hasn't been brought up yet, but I do want to talk about it because I want you guys to understand what's going on and where I'm at and where, okay. So I've been talking to you guys, and you guys have seen a lot on the channel where I planned to fish the Dale Hollow Invitational in November. Okay. For those that don't know or haven't seen that yet, I am no longer fishing the Dale Hollow Invitational. Okay. I was a director for the event. I am no longer a director as well. I have decided that it's in my best interest not to be involved with the Midwest Crappie Alliance. And I have decided that, unfortunately, due to, well, we'll talk about why here in a minute, but I decided on my own that I will not be participating in that event. Okay. So, not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but that event was originally started as a blue collar event for the club type anglers. It was originally designed for it to be a club atmosphere, a club get together, and a club, event. Okay. So when the rules were developed for that tournament, there was a rule that was made that said no one is allowed to hire a guide to help them learn Dale Hollow Lake. You can't hire a guide to go to Dale Hollow Lake. Okay. Well, there's only one crappie guide on Dale Hollow Lake. Okay. That is known of. All right. There may be other ones moonlighting out there, but there's only one guide that's really a very well rounded, well established guide on Dale Hollow. So, all the anglers in the field were told at the beginning they were not allowed to hire a guide. Okay. No ifs, no ands, no buts. Not allowed to do it. Not allowed to hire a guide. Okay. There was a private event held by multiple sponsors on Dale Hollow Lake this year, and the guide that no one was supposed to have access to went to that private event and was part of that private event. Okay. So the thing that I am upset about, and the reason I backed out of the event, is because you can't tell the everyday average angler, the blue collar guy that absolutely never fished the lake, never had an opportunity to be there, just going to have fun and go fish a well-run event with a good purse. You can't tell them that they are not allowed to hire a guide. But then because this guide is on multiple pro staffs of this private event, that it's okay to send all your pro staff to a private event with the guide. and let them conversate for the entire private event. And it's okay because nobody hired him. Okay. I can't, at the end of the day, I can't sit back and agree that that's okay. It's not. I don't care if you're a pro staff angler. I don't care if you're, well, let me back up a minute. It doesn't matter to me, and it shouldn't matter to anyone, whether you're pro staff or you're not pro staff. The guys that are pro staff should absolutely 100% be even more careful than the ones that aren't. And it just floored me that it was allowed to take place, floored me that no one wanted to admit that it shouldn't have happened. And no one wants to admit that, now I will say this. Do I feel like those anglers were doing it purposefully? No, I don't. I don't feel like those anglers were purposefully doing it and saying, well, this is a way for us to bend the rule. No, I don't feel that they were, but it should not be okay. You can't tell guys that don't have the relationship with a sponsor or don't have the relationship with a specific guide. You can't tell them that they're not allowed to do something, but then allow because of a relationship, it's okay because, whether he got paid or not, compensated or not. I mean, here's the thing, and this is what I said. I said, look, if he's a pro staffed angler for the sponsors that were holding that private event, and he gets compensated throughout the year, whether it be product or monetary compensation for being a pro staff angler, then he's paid. He's compensated. And those guys went out with him in an event that was a private event where he had been compensated roundabout. So it's all in how you look at it. But again, I don't believe it's right, regardless of what happened at the event, regardless of whether there was any information shared or not. When you're at a private event and nobody knows what's going on and nobody understands why it's allowed and nobody understands what all happened, then it should not be allowed. So I'm choosing to just stay clear of it. I don't want to be a part of it. As you guys know, I and those that know me and those that have been a part of East Tennessee Crappie Club long enough know, and I'm not going to get into the he said, she said of it because there's probably some people on here that are watching that, know what's going on. And maybe you're here to discuss it tonight. If that's, if you're here to discuss it, we'll discuss it. But it should not, in my opinion, have been allowed to happen. And the bad thing about it is the directors group knew about it even before the event was held and did nothing about it. So, I just decided that I have my morals and I have what I believe is right. And I'm going to stand up for what I believe is right because I stand up for not only myself, but the 149 other boats in that field are first to me. To me, the other 149 boats that are there are first. And then whatever comes of me, comes of me. I don't care about myself. When I run a tournament, I'm running it for the tournament anglers, for the people that are participating, not for myself. So, again, I could not sit back and let that go. Because I honestly believe it's wrong. And if I say, well, yeah, it's wrong, but then I go down there and participate in the event, why did I even say something to begin with? I'm going to stand up for what I believe is right. I'm going to stand up for the 149 other boats in that field. That's it. I believe that's what's right. Now, with that being said, I want to say this in closing. I want to say that is not an attack on any specific angler. That is not an attack on anyone that participated in that event because, unfortunately, the directors group that knew about the event, because I told them about it, before it ever happened, should have done something about it, should have put something in place, should have had conversations, but did not. Okay. So, no way you look at it is it good. No way you look at it do I believe that it's right. And that's my personal opinion. And I am allowed to have one. Okay. So, again, I won't talk about the conversations that are wrapped up around that trend or everything that happened, I guess, because it's all hearsay at the end of the day. The conversations that were had and what people said and what people told me and what I had to listen to, and I just okay. But at the end of the day, it's all hearsay because I don't have any way to prove that because it was all on the phone, over the phone, on a phone call. So I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to go down that road, and I'm not going to say anything else about it at this point. I'm done. I'm done. We're moving on. We're looking forward to the East Tennessee Crappie Club tournaments this year. I hate to hijack the live to talk about that tournament, but there needs to be some talk about it because there's been a lot of phone calls from me, and there's been a lot of people that have been talking about it. Been a lot of people talking about it since I released all the information to the guys that are fishing the tournament. So I sent some emails out telling everybody kind of my thoughts, my feelings, telling them I was backing out, telling them I wish them all well. But again, that's not. I don't believe that should be a reflection on the anglers themselves. I think that should be a reflection. I mean, we could argue whether they should have known that was wrong or right, or should have had thoughts whether it went one way or the other. But at the end of the day, it was on the directors group to head that off, and they did not do it. Okay. So with that being said, I apologize. Did not mean to hijack the live, but I needed to say it because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys tonight. My name, my face has got egg on it. Okay. And there's a lot of people that hear my name and are not happy. All right. So, but I'm not here to make anybody happy. I'm not here to make those guys happy. Okay. I'm here to make sure that when I direct the tournament, by golly, it's fair from the word go. I'm here to make sure that no matter what happens, when I hear about something, I'm saying something. If there's something that is that is just absolutely just, well, if there's something like this that comes up, and okay, look, I'll just be straight up honest. This is the rule, okay? This is the rule right here. It's straight as an arrow, and we just allowed people to bend that rule over a word, okay? Over a word. So the guys that don't know Corey and the guys that aren't on that pro staff, the guys that don't know the guy and don't know or aren't on that pro staff and aren't able to be in a private event aren't allowed to have access to a guide because the rule tells them they're not allowed to hire anybody. But then guys that have access to him after bending that rule, or it's okay for them to go out and participate with him in a private event on Dale Hollow Lake. No, no, I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to participate in that. Because at the end of the night, I still want to be able to come on and talk to you guys and tell you guys that, I'm as straight as they come. I'm honest. I'm upfront, and I'm going to stand up for each and every person that I can. Period. End of the day. Period. I'm standing up for everybody, and that's it. Okay. So again, to finish this off, and I know I said that twice. I think now I am out. I'm done. I'm not directing Dale Hollow. I'm not participating in the tournament. I'm done. I'm out. I wish everybody the best. I hope that the event goes great. The town of Salina is going to benefit greatly from the event, and I and I hope that they benefit just tremendously from it. I hope that it helps their town. That was one thing that really upset me was an email come out about how the town is going to benefit, and anybody that hurts the tournament hurts the town. Well, the people sending that email are the ones that hurt the tournament, not anybody that stood up for what's right. Okay, that falls back on people sweeping stuff under the rug. That's my opinion. So, with that being said, again, God, I wish I was fishing that tournament because I'd love to fish down there. I felt like I was going to have a great tournament. I've got some really, really good stuff on Del Hollow. So, any of my good friends that are fishing that tournament still, y'all are going to have fun. It's going to be a fun tournament. But unfortunately, Matt won't be there. I've got to stand up for what I believe in. I've got to stand up for what is right. So, all right. Well, I'm afraid to read some of these comments. See what you got. Let's see what you guys have to say here. Terry Gear, if I were a vendor, I wouldn't want to be involved with this tournament at Del Hollow. That's, again, look, any involvement in the tournament, any of you guys that are fishing the event, it's a personal decision. You guys got to decide if you want to do it or you want to be involved, you don't want to be involved. That's personal. I'm not here to tell anybody don't go fish. I'm not here to do it. I'm not here to tell anybody don't go participate in the expo. I'm not here to tell anybody that. That's not what I am trying or was trying to do. I was trying to make it a fair and level playing field for all the anglers that were fishing the event. I wanted everybody to start off as fair and as straight as they could, without any interference from bending a rule. Okay. So I was trying to just let everybody know what was going on. And I'll be honest with you, I got cussed like a dog, cussed like an absolute dog from the directors of the tournament. Okay. And as I told them on the phone, this call's being recorded. Okay. So, and no, don't ask me I'm a hush. So, cussed like a dog, like an absolute dog. And I don't appreciate it. Because I'm standing up for what I believe in, and I'm standing up for what I know is right, period, at the end of the day. And if that puts egg on my face, bring on the eggs. Bring them by the dozen, baby. Bring them as hard and as fast as you want to bring them, because I'll wear them with pride. Doesn't bother me a bit. Not one bit. So, all right. What week is the tourney in Del Hollow? My 73-year-old father and myself are thinking end of October, 1st of November. Never been there. Any tips? Like I said, I could give out a million tips for Del Hollow. Absolutely, I could. I was telling some of my buddies, I said, man, I hate it because I've got like 300 waypoints on that lake. And I hate not going down there now. But nonetheless, okay, for the integrity of the tournament, Mr. Buzzard, I'm not going to answer that question, okay? Because I'm sitting here preaching the tournament integrity, and I'm not going to, regardless of what they did, regardless of what they've done, I'm still going to stand behind what I believe. And integrity of a tournament means everything to me. Outside of the phone calls and the crap that has happened, I'm gonna uphold the integrity of that tournament, because that's what I believe in. And I'm not gonna, for that matter, I'm gonna pass on that question. But I do appreciate your question, and I will answer it. The tournament is actually November the 10th, 11th. Is it 9th, 10th, 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th? That's right there somewhere. November something. I've tried to block it out all now, so whatever. But the 1st of November, second week of November, anyway. and second weekend of November. So I'm going to pass on that question. I apologize, but I will come back and get it. If you want to come back and ask me after that tournament, I'd be happy to share all the information that I have for Dale Hall, and it's good. It's good stuff. Everyone who is paid to fish that should vote if they can fish. Well, Terry, that's what I kind of said. I said, why don't we put it on Facebook and let everybody just vote on what they think is right? You know, why don't we put it on the Facebook page and just let everybody say, hey, this is what I think we should do. This is what I think should happen. You know, but that wasn't an option because these are sponsor teams. We can't do that. Well, okay, whatever. Let's see. Tom A, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. I appreciate it. It's a blessing to me in this channel, and I thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, well said, Matt. Wired family are behind you. Unfortunately, crappie fishing tournaments getting away from the blue-collar people. You know, it really is. It's sad. And I've had a lot of conversations since I came out and said, no, this is not right. This shouldn't happen. I've had a lot of people call me and thank me and tell me just, you know, how they really feel about it. You know, this was supposed to be blue collar event. This has turned into nothing more than an ACT tournament or a Crappie Masters tournament, you know, all these pros, and that's not what it was meant to be. Now you've got, you know, this for whatever reason, they're allowing this to happen, you know, this whole you know, private event thing, and you know, it's just unfortunate. It really is, and that's the reason that a lot of people aren't going to go to tournaments. I mean, they're not going to because you know, it's if they don't feel like they can go and it be, you know, level, completely even playing field, and just have a space and a chance to have fun and you know, just enjoy themselves, they're not going. This is the kind of stuff that is going to stop crappie fishing from growing. Crappie fishing has grown, I mean, just by leaps and bounds over the last 3 or 4 years. But this is the kind of stuff that's going to put a stop to it. This is the kind of stuff, I mean, they can all, I mean, everybody can sit at home now and go, well, we didn't break any rules because I didn't hand him any money. I didn't compensate him. I didn't hire him. I didn't pay him. Oh, God. Y'all are going to get me going. I get passionate about it. I get passionate about it because I care about each and every angler. I don't care about myself. I care about each and every angler that fishes a tournament. Period. Each and every one of them. From the all the way from the pro to the guy that hadn't crappie fished but twice a year and he's just coming out because he just wants to say hi and say he was there. That's the people I care about, every single one of them. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, that's for sure. All right, let's go back up here and see where we at. Where we at? Tony Watson, unfortunate about the God. I'm using him next week, and I darn sure won't bring this up. Well, trust me, Tony. If you mention my name, you're going to get a sour look. I can tell you that right now. If you mention my name on that trip, you will get a very sour look. There is no doubt about that. And then you're going to get some story about, you know, what did or did not happen. And look, I'm not here trying to tell anybody what happened. I don't care what happened. To me, it doesn't matter. To me, you can't tell people they're not allowed to do something, and then because you're a pro or because you're sponsored or because you're on this team or that team and because that person is on that team too, it's okay, it's all right, you know, you're taking it and going, again, here we go, let's see. Woo. Yeah, it's all right, it's cool, we're good. No. So anyway, you will get a sour look. I guarantee it. If you mention it during your trip, you will get sour grapes. But I know what I know. quite frankly, again, hearsay doesn't take you anywhere. But I've had a lot of phone calls, and I know what I know. Okay, and I know what I know the truth, and I'm standing behind it, and I'm standing behind my morals, and I know and what I know. Okay, so enough about it. All right. Yes, sir. You're exactly right. The Dale Hollow tourney in November 10th to the 12th. Yeah. Don't make it a rule if not going to uphold it. Shame on anyone who went and still plans on fishing. I wouldn't want to fish and win if I thought people thought I had to have an advantage. Well, yeah, that's one way to look at it for sure. Everyone involved in that should be disqualified. Well, that was my thinking. Hello, this is Skeeter. Excited to fish with East Tennessee Crappie Club this year. Me too, Skeeter. Let's go. You're fishing with Joe. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Come on, buddy. Bring it on down. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Good for you. Stick to your morals. That's what I have to go to bed on. So, Jason, you're 100% right. East T and Leo, proud of you, brother, for standing up for us all. What's the point of a fishing club if the rules and fun are taken away by that kind of behavior? That's exactly right. I was excited for everyone in the Dale Hollow tournament, but I agree with you 100%. Well, thank you, buddy. You've got to stand. You've got to stand for something, or you'll fall from everything, or fall. You'll fall for anything. Aaron Tipton, 1993. That's right. You do. I mean, you know, trust me. I didn't fall for it. Busted. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. Jimmy, East Tennessee Crappie Club puts on fun, amazing tournaments. A lot of great, friendly men, except Josh Sanders. Matt, I've talked to several men and said they admire you even more for your stance. Well, I appreciate that, Jimmy. It means a lot because, guys, it's hard as a public figure. Okay, it's hard to sometimes for some to stand up and put their face out there, put their name out there, and know before you do, it's gonna put egg on you. There's gonna be a little bit of tarnish that sticks out, and right over here, it's gonna tarnish it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's gonna be a little spot right. You're gonna get a little sunspot right there. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, again, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I was raised pretty well. Okay. And right is right, wrong is wrong. And I'm not going to participate in it if I know it's not right. I know it. If I know it's not right, I'm not going. So that's my stance, and I'm sticking to it. Not about the word hiring or compensating, paid or not. It's about the knowledge you get from a guide, not fair in any aspect. Yep. Mike Morrison, stick to your guns. You know in your heart why you opted out. Integrity means more than any trophy someone could win. Amen to that. That is right. Integrity is what it's all about. And my integrity means more to me than any paycheck. Let me tell you guys something. I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for money. I'm not here for fame. I'm not here for, obviously, I'm definitely not here for fortune because guess what? I ain't making that much. I ain't making that much coming on here and talking to you guys. And I dang sure ain't making enough to keep my family fed. So I ain't here for it. I don't care. I got a full-time job and I love it. I love fishing just as much, but probably more to be honest with you. Hey, I ain't here to feed my family. I ain't here to win some big tournament. I ain't here to win some big amount of money. I'm here to make sure right is right, wrong is wrong. End of story. End of discussion. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm standing on. And I'll take that to my grave. And anybody that doesn't want to, or anybody wants to get mad at me about it, they're just going to have to get upset. But I'm going to do what I believe in. Because integrity, that's well said. Integrity means more than anything, period. Well said, Mike. Brian, I just sent in my resignation letter for my membership of the Midwest Crappie Alliance. I stand with Matt. Well, Brian, look, again, thank you first off for standing with Matt. I appreciate that very much. That means more than anything. You'll never know. But again, I'm not telling you guys. You guys can make up your minds on your own. You do your homework. You do what you. I I ask you guys to go research it. Go figure out what happened. It's not hard to figure out. I'm not going to name names and I'm not going to name companies and I'm not going to go down that road. But if you guys really want to search it, you can figure it out. Okay. Or you can call somebody, you can figure out what's going on. Like I said, it's not hard to figure out what happened and who happened with. Okay. Um, so I'm not trying to hide anything. I don't have anything to hide. I have gotten a lot of friend requests since I sent an email to the entire field of people. I sent an email to the entire field of people, and I even put my name in it. Said, "This is Matt Zenas, and this is what I know, and this is what has happened, and this is guys make up your mind yourself. It's a personal choice for every angler. If my best friend called me tomorrow and said, I'm going to fish that, I'd say, cool, go, have at it. Just know this is what happened. Yeah, I know, but I'm going anyway. I don't care. It's cool. I get it. I get it. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But if you want to stand with me on integrity and you want to be, you want a fair tournament to happen, then I applaud you, sir. I applaud that. Okay. Because that's where I'm at. All right. So, Brian, I appreciate it. Again, power in words, my man. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've just tried. My integrity means everything to me. That's it. Jonathan, had it been just a regular blue collar man that went fishing with a guide, would they have been disqualified? Absolutely. Yep. 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 That's what probably makes the situation even worse, in my opinion. It does to me too. It does to me too. I don't care. Like I said, guys, this is why I don't fish national tournaments. This is exactly why I don't. Okay. This is exactly why I choose my wife and my kids over fishing some national trail, because there's just, I just, I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to go into it. Okay. But that's exactly why I don't. That's exactly why I don't do it. Okay. So, I agree 100%. If this would have been me, I'll tell you how bad it was. There was a specific company that had me listed as a guide, because I am a guide, as you guys know. I guide on East Tennessee lakes, but on that company's website, they had Dale Hollow on there for whatever reason. I don't even know how it got on there. I have a sneaky suspicion how it got on there, because Dale Hollow guides aren't allowed to fish the tournament. So about 3 months ago, all of a sudden now, my name's on there as fishing as a guide for Dale Hollow Lake, and I'm like, no, I'm not a guide. I've never been a guide on Dale Hollow Lake. So I get a call. Oh, you're a guide on Dale Hollow Lake. Well, you're not going to be eligible. You got to get that fixed, or you're not going to be eligible. And I'm like, I'm not a guide on Dale Hollow Lake. I don't know what they're talking about, So I went through this whole spiel about getting this thing fixed, right? I'm just not having it. I'm just not having it. It's just too much to talk about. Way too much to talk about. But you guys know, you guys know, as you guys know some stuff. All right, roll up in the same brush pile. Lots of laughs. Always be true to yourself, brother. That's what I'm trying to be. That's what I'm trying to be every day. All right, Fish Gunnersville this weekend. Think they'll be on docks yet? Yes, they will be. When the water starts cooling off, they're hitting docks. Joel Nash, gonna need those waypoints again, Joel, for the integrity of the event. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna woo-saw on that for a little bit, but I may actually do some fishing down there, because October was supposed to be off limits down there for the event, and so I'm actually thinking about spending some October weekends doing a little bit of filming down there, because I mean, you can go film on Dale Hollow and nobody's gonna know where you're at, because it's all woods everywhere. It's just woods. There's no houses, there's no docks, there's no nothing down there. It's just woods. So the fact that, or somebody actually figuring out where you're at, is probably slim to none. But I'll probably go down there and do some not pre-fishing, but some fun fishing for you guys. And I don't know, I may even weigh a bag or two, see how I stack up. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go down there and do some fishing, do some videoing on Dale Hollow because I'd love to go down there and fish it. I may even, like I said, I may even talk to the wife about going down there and staying somewhere and fishing for a weekend or something like that. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, because I can fish in November or in October now, baby, because I ain't fishing a tournament. So I ain't no off limits periods for me. So I may go down there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Larry Merrick, why not put your boat in Dale Hollow that same day, fish on your own, and see how you do? There you go. I'll even hire you as a guide that day now that you're open. Hey, all right, Larry. Larry says he may even go with me. Um, hey, I may do it. I may do it that Saturday. I don't know that I'll do it on Thursday or Friday because I was originally going to take off work that week. And I don't know that I'll take off work now. I may save that vacation for another day. We'll see. But Larry, I'll tell you what, if I go down there, I will holler at you. How about that? Robert, hey, Matt, thank you for being you. We love you. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much. Kenny Evans, proud of you for standing for what is right. Well, thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. Guys, at the end of the day, again, I, I'm going to make some people mad. I already have. And there's going to be some people that just downright never want to hear my name or see me again, but that's okay too. Um, and then there's going to be some people that, like you guys, that say, hey, absolutely, absolutely, you're doing what you believe, you're doing what's right. Applaud you for that. So, hey, goes both ways, goes both ways. Smash that like button, guys. Appreciate you. Smash that like button. Smash that thumbs up. We got you back. Appreciate it. I just want to know if you can use sniping bait with fishing in the fall. Josh, I'm going to leave that one alone. So addicted to crappie fishing. Love this channel. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, James. Kenneth Pippins, just say it's shady, Matt. Well, it is shady. I mean, that's I could have summed it up with just saying, well, they did some shady stuff, so I'm out. But there are some people on this channel that are going to that, so they need to know what's going on. I mean, they need to understand why, and you guys need to understand why, because you guys look back and you say, "Oh, Matt's going to that. Oh, I'm going to watch for him. I'm going to see how he does. I'm going to see where he finishes. I'm going to see," and then I'm not there, and you're like, "Well, what the crap? Why was Matt not there? What's going on? Is he dead?" No, I'm not dead. I'm not going to die. Hopefully, knock on wood. But I'm standing on my morals and my integrity, and that's it. I could go into a lot of detail with personal phone calls and things that were said, but I'm not going to. It's all hearsay. It's all he said, she said. But at the end of the day, I can tell you what I know, and that it ain't right. Period. Okay. Let's see. Joel Nash. I'm assuming the Brush Pile Media Camp is the ones who did this. I saw videos earlier in the year. I don't know. Um, Next question. Any tips for Cherokee Lake? All right. So, Cherokee Lake. Yes, tips for Cherokee Lake. Let's see, the lake's up right now, so there's plenty of brush in Cherokee Lake when the lake's up. There's plenty of brush piles. Docks are always good. Open water can be really good on Cherokee Lake. If you have live scope, open water can be really good. There are a lot of really good. There are a lot of really good areas on Cherokee. Your creeks are good. Poor Valley Creek is a good creek. German Creek is a good creek. So there's plenty of stuff that you can find. Right now, you're probably wanting to find some stuff in about 20 foot of water, somewhere in that range on Cherokee. And plenty of fish to be had up there, that's for sure. Joel Nash. Wow. Wow, what? Wow, wow, wow to me or wow to your question? What are you talking about, Joe? So as the water cools, now that we can talk a little bit about crappie fishing, as the water cools, those fish are going to start moving up. They're going to start moving from the main river. They're going to start hitting those creek channels. They're going to start moving back towards those back of those creeks. If you find bait, you'll find fish. Okay, so this time of year, you want to find bait. You want to find the fish around bait because when the water starts to cool, the fish are going to start looking to feed and they're going to look for what? Bait, because that's what they feed on. So you want to find the bait and you want to follow the bait this time of year. Okay, guys? So as the bait moves back in the creeks, you follow the bait back in the creeks. Okay, follow the bait, look for once you find bait, you want to look for brush in that area. You want to look for those points, creek channel ledges, any kind of structure or contour change or anything like that. Docks in those areas are really good this time of year. You're looking for those fish that are following that bait, that are stopping at those resting points, those rest areas, if you will. Okay. And typically, you will find fish active, you know, this time of year. I typically like fishing in the afternoon because that afternoon, early evening bite, those fish start getting active because they're used to feeding all night. So um, I start kind of looking for them in that late evening is kind of one of my favorite times to go. So, um, you can really find some fish that have just been lethargic all day that really turn on late evening, getting ready to feed. Nathan Wood, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me for you guys to help this channel out. So thank you very much for everything that y'all do for this channel. It's a blessing. It's amazing. And I appreciate each and every super chat that comes in. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate you very, very much, sir. So, not to get off this topic because we need more men like you in the crappie world, but do you ever give out YouTube channel advice for new content creators? Yeah, absolutely, I do. Guys contact me all the time. Believe it or not, look me up on Facebook, Matt Zenas, on Facebook. Shoot me or shoot me a message to Wired for Crappie on Facebook. Um, yeah, I mean, guys reach out to me all the time and they want to know, like what's going on, how does it work, how long does it take? Used to a good YouTube channel could get started in 8 to 10 months, something like that. The unfortunate thing about YouTube now is it is, as you guys know, it's nothing. There's no secret to it. You guys know it. Um, YouTube is flooded. I mean, YouTube has been just absolutely flooded with content creators, and there's just anybody with a live scope or a boat and a GoPro is making YouTube videos now. So, if you can find something that'll set you apart from the rest, my thing is teaching. My thing is teaching. I love to teach. I love to help. I love to answer questions. I love to get on here and just chit chat with you guys. I love to be personable. That's who I am. And I love to do it for you guys. So, again, um, find something that sets you apart from the bunch, roll with it, and, don't. So when you start a YouTube channel, you're not just gonna go off and start making money. It takes guys. I mean, there's a guy that's been doing it that I know, and here with me in East Tennessee, there's been a guy doing it for 2 years, and he's not even halfway there. So he hasn't monetized his channel because he hadn't met all the requirements by YouTube to do so. It's just getting harder and harder and harder to get to that point on YouTube. So again, my thing is teaching. My thing is not about monetizing. My thing is not about being the next who's a big YouTuber, the next Richard Gene. I mean, I'm not trying to be Richard Gene. I'm just trying to be me, and I'm trying to be the best me that I can be for you guys, so that you guys can learn, and that hopefully somebody takes one thing I say, takes that to the lake, and it helps them catch fish. That's just me. So yeah, I mean, I'll help out any way I can. I mean, if you want to holler at me, holler at me. let me know, hey, this is East T and Leo. Told me to holler at you. I'll get back with you. If I don't get back with you, the minute you send me a message, I will. I get a lot of messages and a lot of stuff. I'm getting even more now because I'm a, bad guy. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's, I'd be happy to help. I'd be happy to help any way I can. Jimmy, I spent 12 days scouting for that tournament last winter and have a cabin in 10 miles of the lake and may fish it in October myself since I have decided not to fish it myself. Well, good for you, Jimmy. You want somebody to go stay in your cabin with you? Holler at me. I'll go stay in your cabin with you in October and go fish it with you. I mean, you take your boat, I'll take mine. We'll go down there and we'll see what we can catch. And hey, we may even have a little mini event. We may even have our little mini Dale Hollow. Just me and you. We'll go out there and see what we can do. So anyway, holler at me. I'll go down there with you. I will go. Jason, yep, brush pile guys. Nick Webb, on points, are you using any underspins? Underspins, I do use underspins. My son had one over here earlier trying to tie it on one of his rods. I do use underspins, yeah, a lot when I'm casting that fall feed, that spring bite, and then sometimes in the summer too. I will throw an underspin. So yeah, absolutely, I will. Well said. Thanks again for always helping everyone. That's what sets you apart from the rest. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. I really do. William C., what's going on, William? I hadn't seen you in a minute. Man, that's a good one you're holding up right there under a bridge. Where's that bridge at? Give me a road name. Always treat others the way you want to be treated. Great show. That's absolutely right, William. I appreciate it, buddy. Rick M., hey y'all, I like the teaching channels more so than just the pull up, turn on live scope, and catch fish. You explain what's going on, where, and how you're fishing. Thanks. Well, I appreciate that, Rick. I try to. There are some videos that, unfortunately, guys, I have some videos that are quick videos. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got to get out there, get one done, get gone. Kids got stuff. And there's sometimes where I'm just thinking so quick about trying to get a show done that I forget to tell you guys what all's going on. So, bear with me on some of those shows. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. I'll get back with you, I promise. But, I try to teach. I try to help. I try to bring you guys along for what it is that I'm doing that day and why I'm doing it, right? So, so you guys can kind of put that to your fishing and what you do, and be successful on the water. Okay. Tom A., listening to your advice has 100% made me a better crappie fisherman. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Tom. I'm glad, buddy. I really am. I hope listening to more advice coming down the pipe is going to help you even more. So, I think it's time we kind of circle back and do some, because I've done some stuff in the past that I hadn't done in a long time. And for the new people to the channel, I think it's time we circle back and hit some of that old stuff, because there's always new developments, and there's always new techniques or new additions to techniques. Does that make sense? Somebody may make a better crankbait, or somebody may make a better slip float, or somebody may make a better planer board, or somebody may. So we need to touch on some of that stuff. And the seasons are always a little different. When it starts to turn fall, you get a hot spell or a cold spell, or there's always things that throw wrenches into your plan or your typical plan. People have asked me before, do I keep a log? A crappie log? Absolutely not. No, heck no, absolutely. No, nah, not even, no, even, no, not even close. Why do I not keep a crappie book or a crappie log, if you will? Because I don't ever want to put myself in a mold. I don't ever want to say, okay, April the 3rd of last year, I went to Notchie Creek and I trolled and I long lined in 10 to 12 foot of water and I slayed them. And then go back there and try to do that same thing and not catch any fish. Well, why? Well, because last year it was 37 degrees. This year it's 912. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to be the same as it was the year before. So I don't ever keep a log because of that reason. Because historical data where it can point you in a good direction or it can point you in a direction. It's not always going to point you in the right direction. Okay. So historical data is good, but my historical data I store here. And then I try to approach every day on the water like it's a new day. Okay. What's the wind temp or what's the water temps and the wind speeds and what's the current doing? What are we pulling generators? Are we running generators? Are we not running generators? All that stuff. What time of year is it? What has the weather pattern been? Is this stable? Is there was a cold front came through yesterday? Did it go from 35 yesterday to 90 today? What is everything that day? Okay. I don't ever want to keep a log because I don't ever want to get stuck in that mold. All right. I'm down for an October cabin trip. That's what I'm talking about. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Scott. I'm in for October too. What's up? What's up? Nick Webb, what kind of water temperatures are you looking for when you start going back into the creeks from the main body of water? Is it still a deeper structure back there or laydowns? Very good question. Very good question. What range of temperatures before transitioning? So, Nick, there's not really a range of temperatures that I start with transitioning. Okay. So this is going to be quick, but once I see that water temp, and I said this, I think on last live, once I see that water temp get down in that 75 range, that 74, 75, that's when I'm going to start thinking about transition. And I'm going to start looking at, okay, where were they and where do I believe they're going? And then what's in between. Okay. So there's not really a range that I will necessarily look for. It's more that 75 number, 74, 75 number. And then I start looking and start thinking to myself, okay. And by the way, is anybody addicted to these like I am? Because I'm extremely addicted. I have like a whole case that is extremely addicting. So they're so good. They're so good. It's like little capsules of heaven. That's what it's like. It's just so good. All right. So the not sponsored by Hot Tamales yet. Maybe one day, but not yet. So again, it's not really a range that I'm looking for. I'm trying to figure out in my mind. Okay, they were here. I know they're going here. What's here? Okay, and then I start looking. So I start where they were, and I move myself into where they're going. So I start deep, I work shallow. That's how I approach fall bite. Spring, it's opposite. It starts warming up, start shallow, work my way deep. All right, pretty easy, pretty simple. It's kind of the way I do it. Hope that helps. Nathan Wood, I can't wait to fish with you again and learn more about live scope. I can't wait either. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have it, and we're going to catch a lot of fish, and I'm looking forward to it. And you're going to eat some good fish. We need to have a shore lunch. That's what we need to do. We need to bring a cast iron skillet and a lighter, and we need to start campfire and have shore lunch. And we need to do some pan seared crappie. That would be so good. We need to do that. Somebody needs to go do that with me. Who wants to go do that? I do. Anybody else? I'm going to do a short lunch. All right. I see a tournament among friends on Dale Hollow in October. That's what I'm talking about. Guys that are not fishing the event. Which do you think is easier to use, a Lowrance or a Humminbird for side and down scan? All right, I'm a poop in some cornflakes here a second. Easier to use, Lowrance or Humminbird? Neither. Garmin is easier to use. Garmin is plug and play pretty much. Lowrance is easier than Humminbird though. I would say Lowrance is easier than Humminbird in my line of from easiest to hardest, it would be Garmin Lowrance Humminbird. Can you explain a bit on a fish bite on a full moon day before or next day? Before full moon or after full moon? So, yes, I can. Let me wrap my head around it. Okay, got it. So, full moon, middle of the day is going to be good because fish are going to feed middle of the night, middle of the day. Before full moon, it's going to, so basically, as the nights get brighter. Now, if it's overcast, it's not going to be the case. I mean, if you get some really cloudy, let's say you've got nothing but solid clouds for a week, the week of full moon, it's going to be exact opposite. They're still going to feed morning and afternoon. But that midday bite is real. That midday bite is real, guys, during that full moon. And even the day after, day before that full moon, because you got near full moon at that point. The midday bite is real, all right, because they feed at night because there's so much light in the lake on those clear, crisp nights where they get a lot of that moonlight. That midday bite can be real. So, that's the short version, but, I hope that helps. Got to find them before you can follow them. Yeah. Well, you can follow the bait pretty easy. Okay, Tony. So you can follow the bait pretty easy. And then, once you find the bait, because let's say you got a creek. Okay. Creek's this long from front to back. All right. Well, I only have two hands. So just imagine that, back of the creek is over here. Okay. Right over here next to my head. Okay. So let's say you come into that creek and you see no bait, no bait. Okay. All of a sudden you see bait, 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 no bait, no bait, no bait. So this little section right there, that little section right there in my face is got bait in it. But none of this and none of this have bait in it. Okay, just this little section right here. Then that's where you want to start looking for brush. You want to start looking for brush. You want to start looking at creek channel ledges. You want to start looking at points. You want to start looking in areas that hold brush. Now, once you locate brush in those areas, you should locate fish. It's kind of simplistic, really, when you think about it. Find food, find fish. All right, so kind of find those areas. You're looking for the food during those feeding times, during that fall bite, during that fall feed, that fall frenzy, if you will. Okay. All right, guys. Like I told you all at the beginning, we're over an hour. We're about an hour and 15 now. I got to get back to this rig back here, start getting it put back together. As always, I appreciate you guys, each and every comment, each and every person on here. Thank y'all so much for everything that y'all do for the channel. I appreciate y'all. Couldn't do it without you. I really couldn't. And again, I just thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you do. I hope that you all have a blessed week. I hope that you guys will come join me next Wednesday night. And watch out for the video dropping on Monday. So, just FYI, for all those that are fishing Loudon this weekend, my video on Monday is on Fort Loudon, and it will have a lot of spots in it that I will fish on Saturday, but I'm not dropping it until Monday because we have a tournament on Saturday. So, I don't want to drop it right now because you can see daggum sure well exactly where I'm sitting because it's on, well, you can see daggum well, sure, no doubt where I'm sitting at. Okay. So I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, God bless. I hope you guys have a blessed week, and we will catch you guys right here, same place, next week, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. And thank you guys for everything that y'all do. Okay. We'll see you guys next week.